Who do you feel in MVP right now? Because that's kind of the thing. People are saying,
It ain't. It ain't close. It ain't close. It's that boy in Denver. That boy in Denver is cold, man. He
no, that's a fact.
he's a bad dude. A bad dude. You know what I'm saying? And the for him to have his team in first place and the way he's balling, you gotta go with him, bro. Joel Embiid is making a case. Jason Tatum, for
Giannis,
sure.
yeah, Jason Tatum, Giannis. I
Giannis is
think those
always
three. I
Giannis
think,
can be in there every year,
well, those four. Excuse me.
but Jokic,
Joker. I think.
Jokic, and I voted for Embiid for MVP. Jokic is the best player, Nikola Jokic, in the league right now. He just is.
I'm sorry, they've been in the semifinals. Once went to conference finals. The year in the bubble when they were the ones that overcame the 3-1 deficit to the Clippers. We understand that, and they've been knocked out in the first round as well. The bottom line is this: we understand the injuries. Jamal Murray.
Despite having monstrous numbers and leading the Denver Nuggets to the top spot of the West this season, I was really shocked that Embiid won the MVP and not Nikola Jokic. I mean, it is what it is, though. This was the case. The Joker has nonetheless proven that he's the real MVP by dominating the playoffs with a 12-3 record. See, Jokic has been averaging just a tick below 30 points an outing, along with 13.3 rebounds and 10.3 assists across 15 games so far in this playoffs. And if you take a look at beyond the traditional stat sheet, you would see Joker's name at the top of the list in almost all advanced categories, like PER, win shares, and both offensive and defensive plus-minus. Now, with this being said, even if we disregard his postseason performance, Jokic was still more than worthy to win the MVP for the third straight time with the way he played in the regular season. See, Jokic averaged 24.5 points a ball game, along with 11.8 rebounds and 9.8 assists on 63% shooting from the field and 38.3% from three. And although Embiid had better scoring numbers this season as he averaged a career high of 33.1 points per ball game, Jokic still had more rebounds, assists, and steals while shooting more efficiently from the field and range. So I really had no idea on how Embiid won the MVP award. Anyways, here's another thing that solidifies Jokic's case even more. According to a thorough breakdown of the MVP race by Ringer.com, Jokic was just way ahead of his closest competitors, as he leads them in super advanced stats that measure overall impact and efficiency of a certain player, like value over replacement, win shares, and real plus-minus. In addition to this, Jokic also tallied a 44-game streak of scoring 10 or more points on at least 50% shooting this season, which makes his case even more legit. And that's not all. See, if he's not at the top of a certain category, you'll surely find Joker's name floating around the top 10 as opposed to Embiid, whose name is nowhere to be found. Regardless if it's the playoffs or the regular season, the numbers don't lie here, guys. Jokic is the true MVP, and it's not even close. We have seen how Jokic and the Nuggets made quick work out of the Minnesota Timberwolves, as well as the Suns in the first two rounds. But during the Western Conference Finals, no one expected that they'd dispatch LeBron and the Lakers via a sweep. The way he dominated the Lakers in that series was truly spectacular, and even the King had nothing to say but praise and respect to the Joker.
LeBron, what, if anything, did Joker prove to you during the series?
Say it again?
What, if anything, did Joker prove to you during the series?
Nothing. I know how great he is. I know how great Joker is. There's certain guys in this league that play the game a certain way that I like to play the game as well. And he's one of them, where you are always off balance when you go into a player like that because of his ability to score, rebound, shoot. He sees plays before they happen. There's not many guys in our league like that. So you already knew you was going against a beast once the series started. And not only just about his game, everybody gets cracked up into his stats, but I don't think a lot of people talk about like this part of his game. Well, maybe it's not talked about because a lot of people don't understand it. But I do. He's special.
Now, after breaking down his numbers, let's now have a bit of a film session and see why Jokic is the true MVP with the way he impacts winning in every area. As LeBron said, what separates Jokic from other unicorns is his brilliant mind and ability to read plays before it happens. I mean, check out these following plays. In this post-up situation against Anthony Davis, you know that Jokic wasn't really looking to shoot, but instead, he just drawing defenders. Now, when both AD and D'Lo committed, he threw an amazing pass in the last second to the cutting KCP for an easy lay-in. Anyways, in this half-court set, Jokic initially gets it to KCP in the corner before demanding the ball right back. Now, as soon as he receives the ball, look at how he lasered a pass down low to Gordon as if he already knew what was about to happen. Jokic's vision, instinct, and IQ are just simply on another level. And you can see it right here as he just threw a pinpoint lob pass to Gordon the moment he saw him cutting, while his back turned against the defense. And even in transition, Jokic can push the ball after grabbing the rebound and drop no-look dimes like a legit 7-foot point guard. Anyways, LeBron also talked about how Jokic has been dominating on the offensive end. And though most of his shots look awkward and don't look that pretty, it's sure as hell effective and unstoppable on most occasions. See, here's the Joker backing up AD at the post. Now when he felt his weight pinned down on him, Jokic surprisingly goes for the spin followed with a dunk to show AD he's not as slow as everyone thinks. Now, if you decide to double team him, Jokic just has too many weapons in his offensive bag. And in this instance, he went for a Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway to free himself from his defenders. Now look here, coming off the dribble, Jokic has some handles and footwork too. And in this play, he just schooled AD with a Euro step before dropping an awkward floater off the glass. Now, if he's not in the mood to showcase the flashy side of his offensive game, Jokic can just eat you alive with good old-fashioned bully ball deep down low. And lastly, who would have thought that this 7-foot monster would start developing some range as if to say, look at me guys, I'm Steph Curry. I mean, whether it's the eye test or the advanced statistics, there's no denying that Nikola Jokic should have been the unanimous MVP this season. Based on the data-driven facts and highlight clips that I just presented, I still don't understand why Embiid won the MVP over Jokic. And the only reason I'm seeing here is that they gave it to Embiid simply because he registered a career high in points, and the fact that he dominates the game in a much flashier and more entertaining way than Jokic. And of course, there's also the bizarre reasoning that giving it to Jokic 3 times in a row would be too quote-unquote boring. Unbelievable, guys. Anyways, the battle between these two unicorns could be considered as a battle of style over substance. And at the end of the day, Jokic proved that even though he doesn't have the it factor on the facade, he can definitely make a huge impact on winning by virtually dominating all facets of basketball by barely getting noticed.